What are the 5 alarming facts about assisted living? I want to get into that today because it's so important for you and I to understand this. Do you realize there's 47 million seniors in the United States, and in 2 decades they're projecting over 70 million will be in the U.S. It's unbelievable. Every minute 7 people are turning 65. It's inevitable. We'll eventually get there. I'm 52. My parents are already there, so it's important information. If you don't know me, my name is Matt. I'm the owner of Stafford Senior Solutions, which is a referral agency here in California, and we're in the process of expanding to Vegas. I also own the senior home business, teaching students across the country to do exactly what I'm doing. If you want to know more about this industry, you can click the link below. The first fact about assisted living I want you to understand is it's expensive. You probably knew that. Hey, count it slow, count it fast. A lot's coming out of your pockets, but here's the equation you need to understand about how much it's going to cost you, because that's what you want to know. In this video, well, it's rent plus care equals. So depending on where you are, if you're in the inner city, for instance, rent is typically higher, right? Go rent a home or rent an apartment is typically more expensive. Same with assisted living. They take the rent plus the care. So now it comes down to how much care does your loved one need? Is it just med management? Is it showers? Is it feeding? Is it a lot of other things, right? So that all gets thrown in there. Let me give you a little bit of a breakdown. If it's a shared room, typically you're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 to $3,500 a month, depending on where you are. If it's a private room, it's going to be somewhere between $3,500 and $5,500, okay? Just for assisted living, and it varies in different places, right? I've seen it a lot more expensive, and I've seen it go a little bit lower, but that's going to be your range. But remember the equation: rent plus care equals how much you're going to pay. The second fact about assisted living is it's time consuming. It's going to take you a long time to figure out where you want your loved one to be. Now, start here. Go on your computer, pull up Google, enter assisted living city state. Start there. It'll give you a list of all the large communities. Residential care homes might be sprinkled in there a little bit. You'll get some skilled nursing. You'll probably get a little bit of memory care. You just have to pull up that list and then start putting in what's important to you on paper, okay? Not on the computer. You got your list. And what's important to you? Is it geography? Is it level of care? Is it the size of the community? Is it price? All these different things you got to put on there and figure out where you're going to start. Now, once you consolidate your list, I would encourage you to get it to a list of 5. Make your calls, and then as you make your calls, nail down 3 communities that you actually want to go and physically tour. You do not want to make a decision just over the phone and based on the website. I'm telling you, websites change. Internet reviews change constantly. You want to go to this community, put your feet on the ground, walk. I know we might be in, some times where it's a little more difficult, but you still need to do this process. Don't skip it. It's important to your loved one. And when you do that, then you'll be able to decide. So it's going to be time consuming. The third fact about assisted living is it's a sales game. Do not misunderstand what I'm about to tell you, because it's true. Now, 99% of the people in this industry, if not 100, I can't really say 100 because I don't know all of them, but let's just say 99%, most have a heart of gold. They love what they do. They love seniors. They love families. They love helping you. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying, but it is a sales game, meaning you're going to fall in love with the pool. You're going to fall in love with the chandelier in the foyer, the nurse, the rooms, how well they're decorated, and you're going to go, wow, this is the place for dad. Do not do that. That's just one place you like. Get the fine print of the contract. Take the contract home, read it from start to finish. You're going to look at community fees. You're going to have other fees involved in this contract. How long is the contract? Now, typically they're 30 days, but I have seen some that are 60, that are 90. They throw in some other things in there as far as how much you need when you move out. And I've seen a lot. So make sure you take that contract home and read it. It is a sales game. Do not fall in love with the first place you go into. Treat it as this is option A. Let's go to the next one and let's compare these communities and see which one we want dad in. The next fact about assisted living is it's highly competitive. If you've pulled up a list of communities in your area, you understand there's a lot of communities, right? A lot of options, and there's a lot of options. There's going to be some wiggle room, some areas that you can negotiate on. Now, I do this all the time for my clients. I want to encourage you to do the exact same thing. I'm not encouraging you to be disrespectful to these communities, because they are in the business of helping you, but you want to make a great business decision for yourself and your family. Don't just fall prey to the first price that's offered to you. I'm telling you, they will go down, especially with community fees. There's other fees they will either negate altogether or reduce. And so I want to encourage you to do that. Now, sometimes It's more effective coming from an agency, someone like myself that's doing this on your behalf, but you can do this. And just, it takes going back to that not falling in love with the first community you walk into and making that emotional decision. Make a great business decision instead. The last fact about assisted living that I want to cover in this video is that your information is not private. Clients that come with us, their information is private. It's just the way I conduct business. But if you go with a national company, meaning you go online, you enter your name, address, and phone number, and you get into a conversation with somebody about your loved one, you give them all that information. They're going to take that information and they're going to send it to about 25, 30 communities. And when that email goes out, it will not be long. They're going to start calling you. Telemarketer after telemarketer after telemarketer. We have the best pool. We have the best care. We have all kinds of different things they're going to try to sell you on, right? So your information is not private. So if you want your information private, go with someone locally that does it like I do, Stafford Senior Solutions. They don't all, just because they're local doesn't mean they all do it this way, but make sure they're going to keep your information private. But all the national companies, they just get your information out there. So be careful about that. Doesn't mean that's a bad service, just means it's a different way of doing it. They're more of a lead generator. We're more of a referral agency.